Hello, and welcome to another edition of Tefilah Tuesdays. I am Rabbi Ariel Rackovsky. We conclude the section of Birkos HaShachar with the section known as the Brisa de Rabbi Yishmael, the statement of Rabbi Yishmael on the way to derive Torah principles through various exegetical concepts. And then we say Kaddish. What is the source of Kaddish? Kaddish is based on a pasuk in Sefer Yechezkel that talks about the greatness of the name of God. The first time that we find reference to it being used as a prayer said by mourners is in the 13th century work of Rav Yitzchak of Vienna, also known as the Or Zarua. And since then, probably even before that, but that is the first time that we find it being described as a prayer for mourners, and it has been such for many centuries. There are 5 different kinds of Kaddish. We have what is called Chatzi Kaddish. That is the Kaddish that is used to conclude different sections of davening. There is and to lead into other ones. So, for example, at Mincha, Ashrei is followed by a Chatzi Kaddish, which ushers in the beginning of Shmona Esrei. Then there is what we call Kaddish Derabanan. Kaddish Derabanan is what we say after reciting passages of the oral Torah. So, right after Rabbi Yishmael, we have a statement, we have an event of Kaddish Derabanan. And we also say that after, for example, if we're learning between Mincha and Mariv, or after Shachris, and there are mourners present, we say the Kaddish Derabanan then, because we've just finished studying a passage of Torah. We also have other kinds of Kaddish. There is Kaddish Tiskabel. Kaddish Tiskabel is what you say at the conclusion, for example, of Shmona Esrei. So at Mariv, when we're done with Shmona Esrei, before we proceed to Aleinu, we say a Kaddish Tiskabel. That's a fuller form of Kaddish. And then you have Kaddish Ischadeta. Kaddish Ischadeta is the version that you say of Kaddish at a funeral, Lo Aleinu, or Lehavdil, at a Siyum. And that's referred to as the Kaddish of renewal, where we talk about HaKadosh Baruch Hu renewing the world and HaKadosh Baruch Hu rebuilding the city of Yerushalayim. Those are the different forms there are of Kaddish. So why is it that we say this Kaddish right now? What is the significance of saying Kaddish Derabanan, the very first Kaddish of the day? If you look at the contents of the Kaddish Derabanan that there are, as opposed to the other versions of Kaddish, there is an important lesson to be learned. Kaddish Derabanan davens not just for the continuity of Torah, but for those who teach Torah. Al Yisrael, ve'al Rabbanan, ve'al Talmidehon, ve'al Kol Talmidei Talmidehon. We daven for the Jewish people, for their rabbis, for those who study Torah, for those who are the students of those who study Torah. Ve'al Kol Man de'askin be'oraisa. And anybody who has any kind of dealing with the Torah. That is who we pray for. The very beginning of the day. Of course, there are so many different iterations of Kaddish, but the very first iteration of Kaddish that we say is one that specifically relates to Torah study. Much like the very first prayers of the day that we say are the Birkos HaTorah, that bless God for the ability to study Torah, so too the very first Kaddish that we say in the day is the one that prays for the support and the endurance of Torah study. That's a very important value. Torah study and the support of those who study and teach Torah, that they should continue to do their noble and honorable and important work, and that we should continue to be able to help them and to be their partners in their wonderful endeavor. So when we begin our day with the Kaddish Derabanan, that is not just a way of getting in another Kaddish for the people who are Lo Aleinu, who have suffered a bereavement, but rather it is very much a statement of our values as we begin our day, that the Kaddish about Torah study is the very first Kaddish that we say. We'll see you next time.